Deception Decode, and we're back with yet another one. Tonight, as promised, the much anticipated episode of Jennifer Hudson Decoded, Dreamgirl Decoded. Let's get into TikTok. This video will be for entertainment purposes only. If you like content like this, be sure to like, share, and follow because you don't want to miss anything. So let's get into it. On October 24th of 2008, Jennifer Hudson's mother, Darnell Donnerson, and her brother, Jason Hudson, were found unalived in their home on Chicago's South Side. Their 7-year-old nephew, Julian King, the son of Hudson's sister, Julia Hudson, was reported missing at the time. 3 days later, Julian's remains was discovered in the back seat of a parked SUV on the west side of Chicago, also having been unalived. A weapon was found near the SUV linking to all three of the unalivings, and the vehicle was confirmed to be that of Hudson's brother, Justin King. William Balfour, the estranged husband of Julia Hudson and stepfather to Julian King, was arrested in connection with the unalivings. He was charged for the crime and also with home invasion, aggravated kidnapping, residential burglary, and possession of a stolen motor vehicle. A jury found Balfour guilty on all counts in 2012, and he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences plus 120 years. Balfour has maintained his innocence, claiming the charges were a conspiracy against him. Jennifer Hudson has publicly spoken about the tragedy, expressing that she forgave Balfour, stating that his actions were shaped by his upbringing and lack of love and values her mother provided. She and her sister Julia have continued to honor their family's legacy through the Julian D. King Gift Foundation. Important note, Jennifer Hudson is an EGOT winner, meaning she's won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and a Tony. Very interesting because J. Hud, 16 in reduction, EGOT 61 and 16, and J. Hud is 20, and EGOT is also 20. So interesting how that lines up. Okay, so if we take a look, even the date abbreviated is 40 in reverse reduction, and look at that, 40 reduction. Okay, so her first song from her debut album was called Spotlight, and it's 126 in the ordinal, and look, 7-year-old nephew Julian King is 126 in reverse reduction. Okay, so the Jennifer Hudson show, you know, she has her show, 100 in reverse reduction, and that is 10 in reduction. Okay, so her song Spotlight dropped on June 10th, 2008. So from June 10th, 2008 up until the date of the incident, 136 days or 4 months, 14 days. So 136 days, 185 in the ordinal, Chicago South Side, 185, 136 days, 149 in reduction. Balfour has maintained his innocence, 149 in reduction, and this 149 in the order. Okay, so let's keep it moving. 4 months, 14 days happens to be 57 in reduction. October 24th is 57 in reduction. Balfour is 75 in the ordinal. Conspiracy is 57 in reverse reduction. And didn't he say it was a conspiracy? And also interesting that the mom was 57 years old. Another key note is that Balfour got 3 life sentences plus 120 years. Balfour is 30 in the reduction cipher. Southside is 120. And Julian D. King Gift Foundation is 120. Okay, so J. Hud was born 9/12, and that would make her a Virgo. So from 9/12 up until the date of the incident, 42 days or 1 month, 12 days. So for your 42 days, Balfour is 42 in reverse reduction. Julian D. King Gift Foundation is 402 in reverse. Possession of a stolen motor vehicle, one of the charges, 402 in the ordinal. Interesting that Spotlight peaked at number 24, and the date of the incident was the 24th of October. Also, for the 112, the date is 112. But even if we break it down, 42 days, look, 55, that word, 55, 42 days, 101 in reverse, William, 110 in reverse, and one of the charges, aggravated kidnapping, 110, reverse reduction. Okay, 1 month, 12 days, 132, conspiracies, 123, 1 month, 12 days, 51 in reduction, conspiracies, 51, 1 month, 12 days is 137 in reverse, the weapon, 137 in the ordinal, 1 month, 12 days is also 56 in reverse reduction. And J Hud is 65 in reverse. Okay, so J Hud's debut album dropped 9/30/2008. Okay, so even if we go from 9/30 up until the date of the incident, 24 days, 42 days, 24 days. So we already know that 42 lines up. So even if we take a look at her talk show that no one watches, allegedly, the date of that, the first episode date is 9/12. So if we go from the date of the incident up until the first day of her talk show on 9/12/2022, we have 5,071 days, or 13 years, 10 months, and 19 days. So we're gonna have to break it down here. So for the 50, we have the date, 50 in reverse reduction. We have her mother. For the 71 or 17, right there. And also look at that word 170, and even her show itself is 107 in reduction. And if we keep going for the 13, there's the ego winner for the 13. For the 10, we have that. And for the 42 days, or for the 91, it goes back to the 42 days. So very interesting, because we know 42 days, that was the amount of time from J Hud's birthday up until the date of the incident. So even if we break it down, it's a lot going on, but let's break it down. 5071 days, we can see it's 72 in reverse, Hudson 27, the date is 72, and she was age 27 when this happened. So interesting to note there. It's also 62, the 5071 days is 62 in the ordinal, 26 in reduction. And then if we look, we got 62 for this word, and then also for the date, and also for 3 days later. The nephew was found 3 days later. And even the Jennifer Hudson show, once again, 260, it keeps popping up. And then 5071 days, 36 in reverse reduction, we can see the date. We can see Julian King, home invasion, and Friday, because it was a Friday. So now in the last one, we saw the mother's name. Now we see the nephew's name. Now where's the brother? Hold on. 13 years, 10 months, 19 days. If we break this part down, we can see 248 ordinal. Interesting, 248. But Jason Hudson, 41. Oh, look, 104. So they line up. We also see that 41. And even EGOT winner, 140. Okay, so we can take a look here. We can see that 149 in the ordinal, and even Balfour has maintained his innocence, 149 in reduction. Jennifer, 135 in reverse, and look at the date, lines up with her. Once again, William, the guy's name who got charged with it, 79. Look at that word, 79, 34, 34, and even one of the charges. Look at this line, 202, 220, one of the charges, 94, 94. And even Chicago Southside, 94. So we can see here J Hud 43. Look at this word, 34. J Hud 16. Look, the weapon, 106. And even look at this, discovered in the backseat of the SUV, that 200. And look, J Hud 20. Okay, so here we can see Julian King 162, Jennifer Hudson 216, Jennifer Hudson 27. Oh, my bad. Julian King 63, and Home Invasion 63. It lines up with that. Spotlight 126, Jennifer Hudson 162. We can see Spotlight, the date, Jennifer, and Julian King all line up at 45. Won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony Award, 171. Okay, so interesting how the president's last name 29, that 29. The weapon 92, but it's also 223, and even this is what he was charged with, and that's 223, and it's also 47, and goes back to the president at 47. But interesting note, Jason Hudson was 29, and we see 29 for the weapon. Here we can see family and that word 76, the date 67, what happened 76. Interesting, William Balfour 64. Look at that word, 46, and Chicago 46. Also, look, the Jennifer Hudson show 307, and the date the incident happened 73. Even one of the charges, charged with 3 counts of an ego 47. Mm.